Me, you said?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't even. We're all across the board. Where do I lead in? Like, do I tell you about like my addictions or like where
Yes,
I'm at? Like, I missed the beginning. I don't know the format.
we kind of like told a story, each one of us,
Okay,
right?
cool.
So if you have a story to tell, please do. Yeah.
Cool. So I'll give you the abridged version because it's 31 years of a story. But like basically, I was born literally choking on my own shit. I shit myself when I was born. I inhaled it into my lungs. I almost died right at the start. So from day one, I was literally fucking shit up, choking on my own shit. I have been choking on my own shit uh metaphorically pretty much the whole rest of the time. Parents got divorced at 3, created some emotional issues, got into suicidal thoughts, fucking early on was like cutting myself, eating disorders, that type of shit. Then I graduated from self-harm into opiates, and that was really like the worst part of the addiction. So that was like a lot of when I was in high school. Then somehow that led into like me buying Xanax, Adderall, lots of weed, getting drunk like crazy, drinking so much I ended up like in really bad situations. I was in the emergency room once. I was in like I was like almost in a coma, or I was in the emergency room once and someone had a blood alcohol a little higher than mine and they were in a coma, and when I left the hospital they still were. So that seemed like a close call. Then at some point I got totally off of opiates and I'm like, "Yay, I'm not a drug addict anymore." Until wham, bro, there comes cocaine. And like Rick James says, cocaine is a hell of a fucking drug. So that, I did for another couple years or so. And I don't even, and then I got to a point where I realized I wanted to turn my life around. And this was like, like at a certain point, it's like I'm older. I went through college. I got some therapy and stuff in between. I'm not totally off all the drugs. I'm like smoking and drinking, but it's not like emergency room status kind of thing. But at a certain point, I wanted to like get married and start a family. And the motivation, through the marriage and all that, and my wife's not cool with me. She's not a drug addict or never has been. So like, and she didn't, when she met me, I wasn't. But then there was like, a little bit back and forth crossover sometimes. So she had to deal with that. But then it's like, okay, we're getting married, we have a kid. Now I am married, we do have a child. I still smoke weed. I love weed. I'm sorry if anyone doesn't or feels differently. I know it's not like ubiquitous, but like I still smoke weed. I disagree that that's like gonna lead me back in. I guess that some people do. However, that's it. It's just marriage or Warner's. Oh, and then also now I'm in now I'm in counseling and I'm also taking medicine. So I'm on like, what I'm prescribed and a little bit of weed here and there. But no more, crazy addiction. Watching the sunrise, bro. You watch the sunrise when you're on cocaine, and it's like it literally it scorches your skin, bro. Like you look at the window and you're like, ah, it burns, bro. Literally burns because it's not as fun doing cocaine when the sun's up. Although sometimes you just keep going. But that's not the point, dude. The point is all that shit's horrible. It made me alienate all my friends. I was really sad. I would have panic attacks. I was crying and stuff just randomly. And it's horrible. So yeah, drugs are fun, like you said, in the moment. But if you want to have like a long lifetime of those good moments, you can't be doing drugs. It is a very, very crash and burn kind of lifestyle, and I feel like that's the abridged version of the Kowski drug experience story to recovery.